Good day everyone. Today we will be presenting about our booth during the Captivate Carnival program which was Ultra Pop as our mini project presentation for Principle of Management. This presentation is prepared for Madam Susanna binti Baharuddin. So our group members are Yoganisha Manimara Pupati, Go Hyanshin, Tashira Ramakrishna, Noor Alia Farahin binti Noor Azman, and I myself Rohita Jyoti Kartikasan.
My name is Tashira. My registration number is 14D8023F1023. Today I'm going to talk about objective. The first is developing entrepreneurial skills. Provide students with hands-on experience in entrepreneurship by planning, organizing, and managing a sales boot venture. Second, fostering teamwork and collaboration. Encourage teamwork and the collaboration among students by working together to establish and operate the sales booth, thereby enhancing interpersonal skills and fostering a sense of camaraderie. Third, cultivating leadership abilities. Provide opportunities for students to develop leadership abilities by assigning roles and responsibility within the team, facilitating decision-making processes, and leading by example. Fourth, enhancing communication skills. Improve the communication skills by interacting with customers, negotiating with suppliers, and effectively conveying information within the team. Fifth, to gain insight into customer behavior. Gain insights into customer behavior and preferences by observing pattern of purchase, receiving feedback, and adapting to marketing strategy. Now I'm gonna talk about concept and how this program was conducted. Planning and discussion. Discuss and come up with the idea of selling popiah. They determine the purpose of the booth and determine the target sales and profit. Second, proposal for the program. Did a very detailed proposal of the booth's objective, benefit, and mission. Third, setting up the preparation for the program. We picked a theme, designed the posters and booth, brought the materials and the equipment for the booth, assigned each of them a role and responsibility. Fourth, sales transaction. Had a reasonable and clear pricing so that could be reasonable for everyone and organize the payment methods with a cash and QR payment. Fifth, setting up the booth. Everyone arrived early to set up the booth, arrange the prepare the equipment for the booth with posters. Sixth, engage visitor. We engaged with the customers friendly and served them politely. Seventh, the concept of the program is to give the students a chance to start and run a business. With the hands-on experience, the student got to know more about handling a business, the finance, and the way communicate with a customer. It also teaches students about working in group and having responsibility. Now I'm gonna talk about concept and how this program was conducted. Planning and discussion. Discuss and come up with the idea of selling popiah. They determine the purpose of the booth and determine the target sales and profit. Second, proposal for the program. Did a very detailed proposal of the booth's objective, benefit, and mission. Third, setting up the preparation for the program. We picked a theme, designed the posters and booth, brought the materials and the equipment for the booth, assigned each of them a role and responsibility. Fourth, sales transaction. Had a reasonable and clear pricing so that could be reasonable for everyone and organize the payment methods with a cash and QR payment. Fifth, setting up the booth. Everyone arrived early to set up the booth, arrange the prepare the equipment for the booth with posters. Sixth, engage visitor. We engaged with the customers friendly and served them politely. Seventh, the concept of the program is to give the students a chance to start and run a business. With the hands-on experience, the student got to know more about handling a business, the finance, and the way communicate with a customer. It also teaches students about working in group and having responsibility.
I'm going to talk about planning, setting goals and objectives. To start, make sure that the sale booth venture goals and objectives are well defined. Establish the goals of the booth such as making revenue, spending awareness, offering a service to the college community. Market research to compare the requirement and inclinations of the target audience within the college community. Conduct in-depth market research. Determine the hottest good and service market trend for price and rival company that operate in related industry. Acquisition of resource. Determine and obtain the asset need to run the sale booth, such as real estate, stock, machinery, and labor. Make effective use of resource allocation to reduce waste and increase output. Choosing the target audience. Determine who the sale booth target customer base based on demographic like age, interest, and spending power. Adjust your product lineup and advertising tactic to target this particular market. Ultra Pop booth target audience students and teenagers. And choosing product or service. Choose what good or service to offer at the sale booth based on the result of market research and the taste of the intent customer base. In order to set your booth apart from the competition, take into account elements like popularity, profitability, and distinctiveness. Popia is a fusionist tofu style fresh spring roll filled with an assortment of fresh, dry, and cooked ingredients is one of the favorite junk food consumed by Malaysians, especially teenagers. Choosing a pricing strategy. Create a price plan that is competitive in college market and in line with the value proportions of the given goods or service. Take into account elements like price elasticity, purchase value, and cost. Price list of Ultra Pop booth. Popia Carbonara 1 pieces 2 ringgit, 3 pieces 5 ringgit. Popia Ketam 1 pieces 1 ringgit 50 cent. Fish ball and chicken ball. Fish ball 2 pieces 1 ringgit, chicken ball 3 pieces 1 ringgit. Create a marketing strategy to draw customer and advertise the sale booth. Develop a marketing strategy. Use a variety of platforms including social media, flyers, posters, word of mouth marketing to raise awareness and encourage people to visit the booth. Creation of attractive posters and marketing on social media is the one of the method used by Ultra Pop booth. Setting a budget. Create a detailed budget that details the expected cost and revenue for the sale booth business. Set aside money for buying inventory, creating marketing collateral, paying for overhead, and cover any unforeseen costs. Establish budget of power of Ultra Pop booth 100 ringgit. Acquisitions of resource. Identify and secure the real estate inventory, equipment, and labor required to operate the sale booth. Utilize resources wisely to boost productivity and decrease waste. Scheduling and timeline. Create a timeline that outlines the important date and deadline for organizing, setup, and running the sale booth. Provide enough time for jobs like acquiring inventory, setting up a booth, conducting marketing campaign, and reviewing the result after the event. 6 May 2024. Marketing before the implementation, both determining of product which about to sell, estimate of budget, listing of thing and groceries needs. That's all for me. Thank you.
I'm going to talk about organizing, assigning roles and responsibilities. Give each student team member involved in running the sale booth a clear set of duties and responsibilities. Sales representative, inventory managers, marketing coordinators, finance managers, and logistics coordinators are a few examples of possible roles. Creating standard operating procedures, SOPs. Create SOPs for all area of the sale good operation, such as opening and closing procedures, guidelines for customer service, inventory management, and cash handling, and also instruct team members on these protocols to guarantee uniformity and adherence. Assembling workstations. Assign workstations within the sales booth to various functions, including customer service, product displays, sales, and inventory control. Make sure every workstation has the supply, tools, and equipment needed to complete the task at hand effectively. Establishing organizational goal structure. Assemble a student team and create an organizational structure that outlines the lines of reporting and communication. Establish lines of authority, decision-making procedures, and hierarchies to promote efficient cooperation and coordination. Inventory control. Establish an inventory control system to keep tabs on product movement. Track stock levels and restock inventory as needed. Logically arrange our products to allow for simple access and effective restocking. So as for Ultra Pop's organization chart, me, Yoganisha Anaprapan Manimara Bupati as the CEO of Ultra Pop, and Managing Director is Rohita Jodia Anaprampat Kartigesan, and our Marketing Manager is Gu Yenshin, and furthermore, Finance Manager is Nuralia Farahin binti Nur Azman. For lastly, our Treasurer is Tashira Anaprampat Ramakrishna.
And now I will be talking about leading. So, under leading, there is goal setting theory. Goal setting theory is an employee engagement tactic that involves setting specific and measurable goals to improve productivity. By incorporating the goal setting theory into this Captivate Carnival booth, we got to improve our performance. The next is task complexity. Goals were broken down into smaller goals, and once each smaller goals were reached, a review was performed to update the overall progress towards the larger goal. The third one under leading will be communication. Communication promoted motivation by informing and clarifying us about the task to be done, the manner we perform the task, and how to improve our performance if it is not up to mark. Communication is a source of information to the organizational members for decision making process as it helps identify assessing alternative course actions. Verbal communication. Verbal communication is a type of oral communication where the message is transmitted through the spoken words. Here, the sender gives word to his feelings, thoughts, ideas, and opinions and express them in the form of speeches, discussions, and conversation. And as for non-verbal communication, it includes the written communication such as memo, emails, posters. It also includes body languages such as facial expressions, gestures such as loudness or tone of voice, body language, appearance, or haptics, which is touch. There is also challenge, commitment, feedback, electronic communication, and clarity under leading. As for challenge, the goals were sufficiently challenging to keep us engaged and focused while performing the task needed to reach the goal. For commitment, we needed to understand and support the goal that are being assigned to us from the beginning. Feedback. Feedback is an important component of the goal setting theory. Regular feedback were provided throughout the goal achieving process to ensure that the tasks stay on track to reach the goal. Electronic communication. It includes any transfer of signs, signals, writing, images, or intelligence of any nature transmitted in whole or in part. The last one is clarity. The goals must be specific and clear. We understood the project objective, the deadlines, which means there is much less risk of misunderstanding.
First of all, after the planning, organizing, leading, and we have applied controlling in our process of sailings. So, first of all, is set the standard. Involve the formation of standard for each activity such as sales and production target, attendance of people, and safety record. And second, output of performance control. So we measure our both operation, efficiency, quality, and feedback. We make sure that our customer give a good feedback for our product. So we ensure that our behavior in our both align with the desired outcome. So our behavior, like we serving them with a good behavior, and we didn't raise our volume. We talk nice with them and we introduce our product well. So after that, we measure the actual performance. We must measure our performance continuously to ensure that no mistake occur while activities are being implemented. So that we won't make mistake during the process of selling, so that we can avoid from mistakes. So for the mistakes, sometimes yes, we can make mistakes, but through the process of control, we can correct this mistake before it becomes serious. Such as we forget the price, or we didn't serve them well. So there's some kind of mistake that might be occur when there's process of selling. So compare the actual performance with the standards. So after the actual performance is evaluated, we need to compare the actual performance with the established standards to identify whether the actual performance has met the standards. So before we apply the control process, so we have to compare the actual performance with the standards, whether it meet the standard or not. If not, the corrective action need to be taken. So allocation of power and responsibility. Although we allocate our power and responsibility, we are still responsible for each task to ensure the duty are complete by established organizational goals. So each of us need to ensure that our goals and objectives are completely achieved. So that's the most important things during the process of controlling. There are some types of controlling that we apply during the process and after. So take corrective action. So if the standard are not met, like after we compare with the actual performance and the standard, if the standard are not met, we must identify the cause of the situation. The second is feed forward control. So it is performed before an activity starts to avoid mistake occur before the activity is implemented. So we need to ensure that there is no mistake will occur during the process and after the process. So concurrent control. So it is performed during the implementation of the job or activity. It can reduce the cost of taking corrective action. So by using the concurrent control, we can reduce the cost of taking the corrective action during the activity or after the activity. Like before we implement the activity, we need to ensure that there is no mistake will occur. Then after there is feedback control to measure the result of an action. So any source of weakness in plan or standard can be identified. So the speed of information flows is an important factor is ensuring effective feedback control. So after we taking control process. After we taking the process of controlling, so we need to ensure that every feedback that given by our customer is positive and is have a nice review, so that we can avoid from taking corrective action for and have a cost. We can reduce the cost. So that's the most important thing, is we achieve our goals and objective.
In conclusion, our venture of operating the Ultrapop booth offered a rich hands-on experience in applying fundamental management principles. By engaging in planning, organizing, leading, and controlling, we gain invaluable insights into the practical implementation of these concepts. Our project not only enhanced our entrepreneurial skills, but also fostered our teamwork, leadership, and effective communication. Through meticulous goal setting, resource acquisition, and market research, we navigated the challenges of running a sales booth and observed firsthand the dynamics of customers' behavior. This experience underscored the symbiotic relationship between management theory and practice, demonstrating how theoretical frameworks guide real-world business operations. Ultimately, the project provided a comprehensive understanding of the managerial processes essential for organizational success. That's all from us. Thank you.